Do you feel crooked, like one side of your body is stronger than the other side of your body? This is because it likely is. We play a one-sided sport, so we're developing one side of our body more than the other side of our body. Now you probably think it doesn't matter, but that's where you're very wrong. I'm going to tell you why it does matter, and I'm going to give you 3 things that you can do to address this one-sided pattern. Our muscles pull on our bones and can actually change the resting position of our bones. A great example of this is scoliosis. You can be born with scoliosis, but more often than not, you actually develop it as you go through your life because your muscles pull harder on one side than they do on the other side, and this creates an asymmetrical pattern in your spine. We play a one-sided sport, so if we aren't smart about how we're addressing our strengthening, we can develop these asymmetrical patterns, and sometimes this literally means scoliosis. When we think about this pattern, we can't just think about right and left, but we also have to think about front and back. When I go to throw, I'm rotating my trunk this way. I'm using this pec. I'm eccentrically using this shoulder to slow my arm down. The opposite of a right-handed throw is not a left-handed throw. It's a little bit more complex than that. Think about the complexity of developing a balanced position when I'm excessively throwing. And when we're in season, we're throwing more. That means this pattern gets worse in season. That's one of the reasons why it is so important to do symmetrical strengthening when we're in season to maintain a healthy structure. I'm going to give you 3 things that you can do to address this one-sided pattern. First, let's address your soft tissue. When our tissue is really tense and tight, it's pulling on our bones. And this affects not only our movement in our sport, but also our movement in our daily life. Did you know that when you throw a lot, it actually changes the resting position of this bone on your back called your scapula? So that bone will get farther away from our spine and it will upwardly rotate. What happens as a result is that we start to lose our elevation in our shoulders and our internal rotation. Let's check and see if you are experiencing any of these signs that you might be starting to lose some of your shoulder mobility. Did somebody ever walk up behind you and squeeze through your shoulders and it makes you want to scream? This is because another common area of having a lot of tissue tension is right through our upper trap. So a common way to kind of loosen some of that tissue tension up is to take a softball and to use a wall, and what you're going to do is just roll through that tissue. When you find a sore spot, pin it and work on moving through your neck a little bit. Spend some time loosening up that upper trap. Another area where it's common to experience tissue tension is right through our rotator cuff, which we can find right here on the back of our shoulder blade. If you take a softball and just kind of find that tissue and rub through it, you'll probably experience a little bit of soreness that's happening in the back of that shoulder. So take a second and roll through that tissue and loosen it up so that you can help improve your shoulder motion and mechanics. One area of tissue that gets sore can be your lat, and this is going to affect your shoulder mechanics. So an easy way to do soft tissue is to have a foam roller and just spend some time rolling through that lat tissue to loosen it up and improve your shoulder mechanics and mobility. So if you find that you have a lot of soft tissue tension, it's really important to spend some time loosening it up before and after you play so that we can maintain our motion in our shoulders for all of our lives. The second thing that you can do to address this one-sided pattern is reverse the pattern. When we throw, all of these muscles are pulling away from our spine. So this is going to be a great drill that you can do to actually reverse that pattern. Before we get to the drill, if you're understanding what I'm talking about and understanding the importance of developing a symmetrical patterning, I want you to write yes in the comments below. And if you're finding this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss it when we post new softball videos. This reverse throw drill is a drill that helps us rotate in the opposite direction and strengthen through the back of our shoulders by pulling our muscles closer to our spine. This is a good drill to throw in your mix to help develop symmetry. The third thing that you can do is strengthen symmetrically. When we throw or when we hit, we're emphasizing mainly rotation through one side. This rocking plank emphasizes rotational strengthening through both sides of our core. So whether you feel it or not, playing softball is going to make you crooked. But here's what you're going to do. Loosen up your muscles with soft tissue, reverse your patterning, and strengthen symmetrically. You're going to feel better and you're going to play better. Thanks for watching.